All right, guys, welcome to 5 Minute Football. This is something we do with our kids in the off season just to increase general football knowledge. We've realized that kids are not playing outside like they used to be, right? They're staying inside and playing video games or watching TV. So basic football knowledge really isn't as high as it should be. So this really helps us out for especially our younger guys like freshmen up or newer kids, but helps with our veterans as well. We just kind of go over different defensive schemes, offensive schemes, rules, different things like that, just basic football knowledge. So today we'll go over gaps and kind of the gap scheme. So let's get started. So, you might hear your coach tell you that you're responsible for C gap, right? You might not know what that is. You, as a fan, you might be watching TV, watching the Cowboys, and Tony Romo tell you that Ezekiel Elliott ran it through the A gap, right? Again, they don't really clarify what that means. So after this video today, you will know what gaps are and where they are located. So to start, we have the center, the one who snaps the ball. To the left and right of him are the guards, right? That's the offensive line position, offensive guards. So the A gaps are between the center and the guards. So notice there's a left A gap and a right A gap. So between the center and the left guard is the A gap to the left, and between the center and the right guard is the A gap to the right. These can also be broken down into play side and back side depending on which way the play is going, right? So if the play is going to the left, obviously play side would be the A gaps and down to the left. If the play is going to the left, the back side would be the A gap all the way down to the opposite D, which we'll get into on the right. So again, the A gaps are between the center and the guards. Between the guards and the tackle is the B gap. So between the left guard and the left tackle is the B gap to the left. Between the right guard and the right tackle is the B gap to the right. So that's B. So we went from A to B, now to C. The C gap is between the tackle and the tight end. So between this left tackle and the tight end on the left side, there's the left C gap. Between this right tackle and the right tight end over here on the right is the right C gap. Now, the C gap, if the tight end was not here, so this tight end over here on the left was moved over here to the right, this would still be the C gap. It'd be outside of the tackle. So just know that one's still kind of always going to be there, even if the tight end is not located there. The D gap is the one outside of the tight end. Again, and you might have formations where there's two tight ends on one side. If there was that, you'd have the E gap, right? It just goes on and on and on. Usually you don't see that. Usually D gap's kind of that last one in today's common football. So kind of to recap, between the center and both guards are the A gaps. Between the guards and the tackles are the B gaps. Between the tackles and the tight end is the C gap. And just remember, even if there's not a tight end there, it's outside of the tackle. That is the C gap. And then the D gap is outside of the tight end. So now, kind of going back to the diagram, just kind of remembering play side, back side. Now, if you're a defensive end and you're running a blitz to the right, the defense is right or our offense is left. If coach tells you you're in that play side B gap, you know you're in this B gap to the left, right? Because you know the defense is going this way, the blitz is going to the left on the offensive side, so you know you're right there. If you're a nose guard and you know to go opposite A gap, so let's say again the blitz is still going to the offense's left, the nose guard would be going opposite to the right. And now even if you don't play football, if you're at the Super Bowl party and you hear Tony Romo tell you that, so-and-so ran through the C gap, you can look smart and tell everybody else at the party, well, that means he ran outside of the tackle, or if there's a tight end, well, that means he ran in between the tackle and the tight end, and you can show your football knowledge. So that's today, the first video of 5 Minute Football. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.